The 2000s saw the true arrival of the information age. Year after year, some massive new piece of tech came out, revolutionary, one after the other, all unique, all serving different purposes. We saw huge steps forward in communication, the way information was delivered, entertainment, new ways of thinking, new ways of being. We were living in the future. And while that is true of any time, innovations were made during the 2000s that changed the way we interacted with technology and how we interacted with each other and directly shaped the world that we live in today. That's what we're going to be talking about today on the Videocast, 2000s Tech Nostalgia. We will be seeing the cultural impact of several devices that were released during the decade, how they were embraced, how they were marketed, and how they are still very much relevant today. As always, I'm your host Brian, and this video is made possible thanks to our patrons over at patreon.com/pixandportraits. We have a new video over there right now looking at liminality in home movies. $5 gets you access to that and dozens of other videos, as well as digital copies of my book, The Nostalgia Economy. We also have physical copies, t-shirts, like, comment, share. It all helps, so please consider supporting us any way that you can. Now, much of what we are going to be talking about today will be through the lens of transhumanism and identity, how technology changes who we are and how we see ourselves, and I think this is perfectly illustrated in this series of early print ads for the PlayStation 2. Released in 2000, the PS2 was an incredibly popular piece of tech during the decade. As of recording, it is still the best-selling video game console of all time. Each of these ads are surreal in their own way. They each play with some aspect of identity, and you'll notice that none of these show a game or even the console itself. They are all provocative and deal conceptually or philosophically with ideas that we are meant to associate with the PS2. What is the PS2? Who are we? We are the PS2. We are the device. This is taken a step further in this great commercial from around the same time, directed by David Lynch. A lot of Twin Peaks energy in this. Again, no real mention of the PS2 or any games, just the feeling or vibe that we are crossing over into someplace else, someplace new. The Third Place, which was another early PS2 ad campaign. Welcome to the Third Place, a take off of the societal third space. There is the home, the first space, work, the second, and then the third, another place that people can gather. That was the promise of the PS2. It was a conceptual place we could all meet. It was going to connect us all. We are born into technology. That is the idea of this Nintendo GameCube ad from 2001. We see a person with a controller in the womb of a cube. Just like with the PS2, a lot of the early marketing for the GameCube was absurd and surreal. Cubes frequently appear, housing our dreams, or even ourselves. Again, we are the technology. Tech has always been considered sleek, but in the 2000s, it was actively marketed as sexy. This Apple commercial uses Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy over glamour shots of the Mac G4 Cube, another cube. It shows us all its curves, features, the cake. Apple saw a massive resurgence in popularity and relevance throughout the 2000s, thanks in no small part to their advertising. Years before the smartphone or other devices, they marketed their products as intelligent, sentient, intuitive, easy to use, just plug and play, or work. Incredibly powerful tools and apps became available at the consumer level. You could have a recording studio or a movie studio in your lap, or your entire music library in your pocket. Arguably, the most important piece of tech from the 2000s was Apple's iPod. Piracy and peer-to-peer file sharing networks like Napster had made digital music files popular, the MP3, and building upon Sony's Walkman, Apple released the iPod, a device that played MP3s. Now, the iPod was not the first MP3 player, but it was designed to be people's first MP3 player. It taught or conditioned them that media could be digital. With iTunes, you had an attractive storefront, priced fairly. You could buy individual songs, it was easy to use, sample them, and you were not limited to the 12 or so songs on a CD or a cassette. The ads were also iconic, silhouettes dancing against brightly colored backgrounds to some popular song. There were other innovations that came in later iterations, like the click wheel. God, the click wheel was so satisfying, scrolling through all your favorite music. You were curating it using the technology, where today, technology very much curates our experience and what we consume. Devices became more than just one thing, serving one purpose. They became multimedia hubs. Part of the PS2 success was the fact that it was also a DVD player. They tried to make UMDs a thing with their portable system, the PSP. Portability was big in the 2000s. Obviously cell phones, gotta mention cell phones. You could communicate with anyone, anywhere, as long as you had a signal. Call or text, further changing the way that we communicate. Leading all to the advent of smartphones, the iPhone, bringing together pretty much all of the above. iPhones did everything. They played music, you could play games, read the news, browse the web, or just make a phone call. It was a phone after all. Technology is different when it's in the palm of your hand. All of these things could be done with other devices, but it's much more personal when we hold it close. The relationship we form with the device, the illusion of intimacy, it's always with us, we always have access to information, and during the 2000s, the way information and media was delivered changed. Like I said with the iPod, media no longer had to be a physical thing. Netflix, YouTube, video and audio streaming. You could also buy digital versions of movies and TV shows on any device, music, iTunes. You didn't have to carry with you all of your CDs and DVDs. I know a lot of people who got rid of theirs and regretted it, but there was this belief that these things, shows, movies, music, would always be streamable, always available, it would always be there. Technology was marketed with optimism. This was the exciting, brave new world. You saw it from video game companies moving away from the edginess and the attitude of the 1990s towards the, for lack of a better word, spiritual move. You are the controller. Again, you are the device. Tech became more personal, or it became easier to express our personality through technology. The tech we chose to use was not only functional in our lives, but a reflection of our character. Think of the I'm a Mac, I'm a PC ads, again, from Apple. You're not boring, you're not stuffy, you are creative, laid back, cool. Buy a Mac. Buy an iPod in your favorite color. Create yourself in our environment. Digital avatars like Nintendo's Me gave users the opportunity to create themselves within the worlds of their favorite technology. You could use it to interact with other people's digital selves. Well, MySpace, Facebook, social media in general allowed us to have an actual online presence tied to our real selves with our photos, memories, and relationships all publicly available. For better or worse, we could share our thoughts with the world, and the world could talk back. Pretty much, any new piece of technology you use today is simply a refinement of something that broke 20 or so years ago. Much of our world can be recognized in this technology, the 2000s, and you can't say that about the 20 years before then. Fashions may be different, but behaviors, the interactions are the same. The products are even the same. The same product gets released again and again. The number next to it goes up. The illusion of innovation. AI is the next big thing right now. New models with minimal improvements, while other features get rolled back or become subscription-based. Forced obsolescence, things are designed to fail after a certain amount of time or lock you out through an update. So you buy the new one, and you are going to buy it because of course you are. Why would companies try if we've proven we'll buy the same thing over and over again? All of the products we saw here today were different in their functionality, their purpose, and the way that they were marketed. Their advertising tapped into our wants and desires and associated other products with exciting new ideas. We were living in the future. Anyway, let me know what you think. Was there a piece of tech I missed? What was your favorite from this time? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and again, if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon. As always, thank you so much for your interest in this channel, and thanks for watching. See you in the future.